Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today's Wednesday, and so we are in November, and I just want to jump on here real quick and give you guys some information and answer some questions for you guys. So, usually around this time of year, I always get a lot of questions just surrounding about getting your real estate license. As people get closer to the end of the year, trying to do some planning for 2021 and beyond. And so they will um, come up with the idea of possibly getting a real estate license. And so the first thing I would say about getting your real estate license is really make sure it's something that you really want to do. I think a lot of times people um, see programming maybe on like HGTV or something like that. And so they get the idea of having the real. So I think you need to kind of slow down after seeing that and really see if that is something, or think about, is that something long term that you would like to do. As a real estate agent, it's fun. Yeah, I like touring properties, seeing really cool properties, different designs, getting design ideas as you go through different properties and layouts, and that part of it is fun. But the other side of it that oftentimes is not talked about is the management of people and paperwork. And so you're like, managing people, how do you manage people? And it absolutely is managing people. As a real estate agent, and it doesn't matter if you are working with the buyer or if you're working with the seller in the transaction, it is so important for you to be able, the seller, or maybe that seller's agent, the other real estate agent, in the transaction. So it's important for you to like to work with people. This is a people business, and because you're dealing with people in such a personal item or personal thing of buying or selling a home, you have to learn how to manage and deal with all of the personal information and things that come with that. So there's a lot of emotions around real estate, right? So you might be working with a buyer client and they're a first time home buyer. So they may be very emotional as they're going through that process, kind of uncertain, not sure. Are they making the right deal? And at the same time, it's an exciting period for them. So then they want to make sure that they're making the right choice. So then they're bringing in their parents into the transaction. And then, of course, their parents want to make sure that their baby boy and baby girl are making the best decision. So they're going to double and triple check everything that their baby boy or baby girl is making a decision on, which sometimes could kill the deal, right? And then when you think about some of those sellers, why are they selling their home? In some cases, it may be a job relocation for them. And it might be an emotional experience for them because maybe it is a promotion. So then that's exciting and they may be eager to get to this new job. Or maybe it is a downgrade of a job for them. So then they may be emotional because they have to sell their home. And so you have so many different scenarios that can happen, that seller that is wants who sell their home because it's what the judge ordered. And so when you're dealing with people and they have all of these wide range of emotions, so in one transaction you can have a seller who's going through a divorce, who's not happy about it, and so an willing or friendliest to work with. Then you have an agent that might be representing that seller in a transaction that might be newer to the business. So you have to walk them through the transaction. Then here you are, you could be representing a first time home buyer who is now excited about the transaction. So you have a whole wave of emotions that you're dealing with from beginning to end. So I'm saying all of this, these are all of the little things that you have to consider when you're going through the transaction. And as a real estate agent, honestly, what your job and role is going to become is for you to be able to manage all of the emotions and all of the roadblocks that come about in the transaction. This is why we see when for sale by owners, when they put their home on the market and then the deal falls apart. This is part of the reason, because as a for sale by owner, you could be potentially dealing directly with the potential buyer. And so you, as the for sale by owner, may be dealing with a lot of emotions, and here comes a happy buyer. And so you may not sugarcoat anything that you say, and then you can have a disagreement and the deal could fall apart. That's really one of the major reasons why for sale by owners fail at it, outside of not marketing the property properly and then not understanding the legal aspects and the contracts of it all. But as a real estate agent, you are really managing a lot of emotions. And so you really have to be the mediator and learn how to do that. So I guess, if you're thinking about a career in real estate, you really have to decide how well that you are dealing with conflict, conflict resolution, how to be a self-starter. You have to be a very good problem solver, and you have to make sure that you are on your A game when it comes to dealing with paperwork and being organized and everything else. So yes, is real estate fun? It can be, but at the same time, after months and months of dealing with these type of transactions and situation, it can also be a very stressful job. And so, are you good at managing that level of stress, or is it something that would drive you out of the business? The other thing is, when you think about becoming a real estate agent, deciding what kind of real estate do you want to sell. Do you want to sell residential real estate where you're dealing with more of that emotional piece of it? You could also become a commercial real estate agent. So on the commercial side, you don't deal with as much as those emotions of, going through a divorce or whatnot. However, a lot of commercial real estate, you could be selling $1 million property. It might take you a year to sell that $1 million property. And so that comes with a different level of stress, because you may get one paycheck for the year and then now you're looking for another paycheck, or maybe only two paychecks for the year. So it's just a different role. So understanding that and understanding that, where you want to go with all of that. For me, I knew early on that I wanted to have my real estate license. It was something that I was very passionate about, especially on the real estate side of it. So if it's something that you think that you want to explore more, want to know a little bit more about, I'm happy to have a conversation with you. You can call the number that's scrolling below. We do offer the pre-licensing classes. They're $999. And so there is a payment plan option with that as well, where you can do 3 payments of $342. So you do that over 3 months. The state requires 120 classroom hours. So that's what you're really working through is to get through those 120 hours. And that 120 hours is the same whether you go to the community college or to one of the other schools that are out there. It's the same 120 hours as what the state has as a requirement. And then you take a state exam that's broken into 2 portions of that. So we can go into that in more detail if you are seriously thinking about getting your license. On the fence, still not quite sure, I'm happy to answer those questions for you. So give us a call. Here at Brick House Realty, we have, a number of agents. We're growing, we're local. We're a little bit different from your average brokerage in the sense that we treat each other like family here. And that's number one. Number two, we understand the importance of building community and working with our clients and allowing them and spreading the word of building community and building wealth for their families, and also the importance of real estate in terms of buying rental properties and generating, building wealth for your family and holding on to those inherited properties instead of selling those properties off. So we do that by creating a strategy for you and your family versus just going out and just thinking of, oh, you need a roof over your head. We're thinking bigger and better than that. And after 2020, The year that we just had, we have to start working on a mindset shift to all of this. So again, thank you for joining me here. I don't think that I have any questions, but if you have any questions, feel free to call that number. I'm happy to answer that. You can even text that number if you would like. We will also get that. So thank you for joining me today. Happy Wednesday. It's getting cold out here in Cleveland. We still even have a little snow covering, which I don't like. But be safe, guys, and I will see you next time.